We're going to quickly go over the inventory dashboard here in ReciPal's inventory management tool. There's a few parts going from lot tracing at the bottom to your raw materials and finished goods and a few things in between. So we'll kind of high level explain each one, how to navigate around, and each of those individual pages will have their own video and tutorial with kind of a little more in-depth information on how to use those. So this will be kind of high level and follow along. So at the top here, it just says you're on the inventory dashboard, what email address the account is for. So if you're part of multiple accounts, then you'll know which one you're on, because some people are. If you're a co-packer or something like that, you might be part of a few accounts, and that way you know where you are. The other thing is if you go to the account settings here, if you're the admin, at the bottom of that page, you'll be able to add members to your inventory management plan. You can say, define what their privileges, what they're able to do as far as looking at and editing recipes, ingredients, inventory, production runs, plans, and so on. Getting back to the dashboard, the first two things here are your raw materials and your finished goods summaries. And it'll tell you how many items you have in your raw materials and works in progress. Those are just your sub recipes essentially. How many updates you've had in the last 30 days, and same thing with finished goods. And again, your raw materials, those are the ingredients that go into your recipes, and finished goods are the recipes themselves, the products that you're selling. So you can view, if you click on any of these numbers, there's links to the raw materials page. It'll tell you, you'll be able to see how much of each ingredient you have, what lot codes are available, and you'll be able to, you can add to raw materials, subtract from them if there's spoilage. Obviously, if you're receiving a shipment, you'd be adding to your raw materials, and you can reset them if you're doing a physical count, which we don't recommend doing every couple of weeks or a month, just to make sure the inventory on ReciPal aligns with what you actually have in your pantry or storage. And same thing with finished goods. Down below, we have our production runs. It'll tell us how many open production runs we have and how many runs we've completed in the last 30 days. You can create a new one, you can look at all your production runs, and you can view a summary report, which will tell you, for example, you can look at what production runs you've done in the last month or so, or 2 months, week, however you want to look at it. I'll give you a quick rundown. And production runs, to remind you if you aren't sure, that's where you say, all right, today we're making a batch of our chocolate chip cookies. It'll tell you what ingredients you need, and then when you close the production run, it'll decrease your raw materials by the amount that you needed for that batch, and it'll increase the amount of finished goods. So it turns raw materials into finished goods and basically models your production. Production plans are the next thing here. That's where you say, all right, over the next week, over the next month, over the next quarter, we plan to make so many packages of chocolate chip cookies, so many packages of our peanut butter cookies. It'll tell you your ingredient requirements to hit those goals, and based on your current inventory, how much more you have to purchase, how much that'll cost you if you put in your costing information. You can view that report or set up the plan to see, figure out those goals and your purchasing needs. So suppliers are one of the last things here. We just have one supplier, one receiver, and one transporter in our demo account to keep it simple. But when you receive inventory, you're supposed to say what supplier that came from. When you ship out finished goods, you're supposed to say who that went to, whether it's a store or a distributor or a specific customer. That way, if you ever need to do a recall, you'll have all that information readily available. So you can look at your suppliers, add a new one, and that's about it for suppliers. And the last part here is our lot tracing and recalls. So if you ever need to do a recall, you can search a specific lot code. So say someone gave us a call and told us we had a problem with a specific lot of our chocolate chip cookies. We can look up that lot code, and it'll tell us what production runs it was in, what manual updates there were, So if we shipped it out to somebody, so it looks like we did a couple of shipments, then you can see who it was shipped to, and give them a call, and let them know that there might be an issue, and that's how you do a recall, whether it's a real one or just a mock recall for if you're working with a distributor or a specific partner that needs you to be able to do that. That's our inventory dashboard. If you have any questions, you can give us a call, email us, or chat us, and hope you have a great day.